Mansions, yachts, and fancy vacations. They say money can't buy happiness, but I think it gets pretty close to it. Welcome to Riches Revealed, and today we'll uncover the top 10 richest people in the world. 10. Steve Ballmer. Leaving an MBA program at Stanford University to work at a budding tech company sounds like a high-risk situation. The odds are almost never in your favor, but then there's that one guy who manages to make a career out of it. In Steve Ballmer's case though, he didn't just make a career working at a software company. No, Ballmer managed to rise through the ranks, work his way up to becoming the company's president and eventually the CEO. And today, he has an estimated net worth of $103.4 billion. Besides the mansions and the private jets, Ballmer's biggest purchase is the Los Angeles Clippers. He's also known to be extremely generous with his wealth, often donating millions at a time towards scholarships, research, and advocacy. The software company that made him into the billionaire he is today? Yup, Microsoft. 9. Sergey Brin. It's hard to imagine a time when a man with a net worth of $107 billion had to live on assistance. But that was exactly the case for Sergey Brin, who was born to Russian immigrant parents and had to survive on aid coming in from the Hebrew Immigrant Aid Society. Today, after amassing a net worth that'd take 3,204 years just to count, Sergey's donated a major chunk of his income to the same society that helped him survive when he was younger. But how did Sergey get to where he is today? It had something to do with a big dream and a lot to do with a big brain. The Russian-born business magnate met none other than Larry Page during opening day at Stanford. The two got to talking and realized that together they had enough information to start the world's leading search engine. That's right, Sergey built his empire by being the co-founder of Google Inc. Today, while he stepped back from Google itself, the billionaire still holds shares in its founding company Alphabet Inc. Some of the more expensive things he's purchased with his billions include standard mansions, luxury yachts, private jets, and a fighter plane. 8. Larry Page. Unsurprisingly, the next person on this list is Larry Page. The only reason why Page has a slightly higher net worth than Sergey's, $112 billion to Sergey's $107 billion, is because Page owns 6% of Google's parent company Alphabet Inc., while Sergey owns 5%. It wouldn't be a stretch to say that Page was meant to find a job in software engineering. Sure, becoming the 8th richest man in the world came as a surprise, but if you knew Page growing up, you'd be able to wrap your head around that too. Not only was he born to William Schmale, a man described as the pioneer of computer tech back in the day, but Page's obsession with computers and speed was practically all he worked on while studying at Stanford. Eventually, he was made the CEO of Google, where he focused on reducing lag times as much as possible. For context, he wanted to reduce the second it took for Google to generate results to milliseconds. His need for speed might be why he's donated a huge chunk of change to the development of flying cars. 7. Mark Zuckerberg. Quite arguably one of the most familiar faces in the world of tech, Mark Zuckerberg made his first billion as the founder of Facebook, and then expanding that billion to $114 billion by acquiring WhatsApp, founding Instagram, and most recently working on Twitter's competitor, Threads. Zuck's been the subject of many documentaries and movies, most notably The Social Network, for finding a way to profit off social media use in a way that no other business magnates had thought of. Subsequently, Zuck left his program at Harvard to focus on building Facebook. The risk paid off, and it paid off well. Today, you could say that another channel of income coming in for the American business magnate is his online presence. Zuck's engaged in a high-profile tech feud with Elon Musk, who also has a feature on this list and has managed to stay relevant by selling his name and likeness. Once the youngest billionaire in the world, Zuck might be dressing down in $40 shirts, but this man has splurged lavishly on yachts, mansions, private jets, sports cars, and Hawaiian land. 6. Warren Buffett. The original billionaire. Warren Buffett might have gone down on the list of richest men, but he's still happy with his net worth of $118 billion. Buffett was born into a family of wealthy politicians, but he found his true calling in investing. In fact, he started his first investment company, Buffett Partnership, at the age of 26. From there, Warren and his associates built their portfolio and eventually bought Berkshire Hathaway, a textile company. No, Warren Buffett isn't big in the fashion world. He could be if he wanted to, actually. But Buffett retained the name and transformed the textile business into a conglomerate holding company. Today, Berkshire Hathaway makes Warren billions with an insurance business as well as multiple subsidiaries. The man's best known for his many, and I mean many investments over the years. If anything, Warren's actually made a huge chunk of his income believing in other people's dreams. 5. Bill Gates. If you saw the 5th richest man in the world walking down the street, you'd probably confuse him for a regular Joe. Just because the founder of Microsoft prefers to dress down doesn't mean he's not the owner of several mansions, a lot of yachts, and a whole fleet of private jets. Those are actually just some of the luxuries a net worth of $120 billion can get you. He's listed as being one of the top 10 richest people in the world from all the way back in 1987. Besides just being the co-founder of Microsoft, Bill has also worked his way into Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway and is on the board of directors of several businesses. From 2008 onwards though, Bill's decided to take a step back from it all and dedicate his time and efforts to running the Bill and Melinda Foundation, a charitable organization founded with his ex-wife that serves to donate millions to charitable causes such as energy conservation, education, health and research, and the occasional tech startups. 4. Larry Ellison. You know you've really made it as a billionaire when you have enough money to own an entire island. That's right, the co-founder and chief technology officer of the computing organization Oracle, Larry Ellison owns 98% of Lanai. They might as well give him the other 2% at this rate. Oracle's known for working as a database lender to multiple low to mid-range systems. Ellison reportedly got the idea for his company after listening to Edgar F. Codd's research on relational database design for IBM. Once he made his billions, Ellison wasted no time in buying just about anything he could get his hands on. Besides a Hawaiian island, Larry Ellison's also the owner of several luxury cars, an entire fleet of luxury yachts, several mansions, and a number of aircraft, and he's the owner of the Indian Wells Tennis Garden. Besides indulging in typical billionaire spending, Ellison's also credited with donating 1% of his entire net worth to fund charitable organizations. 3. Jeff Bezos. If you were to walk out of your home right now, you'd see a package from Amazon lying on your neighbor's porch. If you make it far a few steps, you'd see an Amazon truck speeding past you. On your way, if you remember something you needed to buy, you'd open up your phone and buy it off Amazon. When you get back home, you'll unwind with dinner and the latest binge-worthy show on Amazon Prime. Yeah, you get the point. Amazon's everywhere. This means that the man who founded the company, Jeff Bezos, is one very, very rich man. So rich, in fact, that Bezos once made it to the top of the world's richest list. He's since fallen to 3rd place with a net worth of $154 billion, but he's not complaining. Besides the world's largest e-commerce site, Bezos is also the founder of Bezos Expeditions, Atlas Labs, and as many billionaires do, Bezos has also invested in an aerospace company known as Blue Origins. Arguably, the only person who profited when the world shut down during the COVID-19 pandemic, Bezos is reported to have made $24 billion during that time. It makes sense, actually. When people couldn't go out on their own, they relied on Bezos' company to bring them their essentials. 2. Bernard Arnault. There's a huge leap between Bernard and Bezos, over $70 billion to be exact. What's made the French business magnate into the powerhouse he is today are his many relentless business practices back in the 70s. After convincing his father to turn their software company into a real estate one, Bernard worked his way up as a young millionaire to acquire a major share in Christian Dior. Then he turned his attention toward another luxury manufacturer, the largest one in the world, Louis Vuitton. Today, Bernard has an estimated worth of about $230 billion. Say what you will about the Terminator, but the guy has a nose for sniffing out profitable businesses. He even tried to unsuccessfully take over Gucci back in the day. Of course, his takeover plans were discovered, but Bernard still managed to walk out with $700 million in profit. He's also one of the earliest investors in Netflix and has been the sole owner of the luxury yacht company Princess Yachts since 2008. 1. Elon Musk. Told you Musk would have a feature on this list. Elon has many successful businesses to thank for getting him to a net worth of over $250 billion. Musk might be known for being the CEO of Tesla and the recent CEO of Twitter, but he's also the founder of multiple other companies, including the Boring Company and SpaceX. Musk's been well regarded as one of the most eccentric billionaires the world's ever seen. By eccentric, I mean challenging Mark Zuckerberg to a fistfight to the Coliseum, having to be forced into paying out the former CEOs of Twitter, and suggesting that the COVID-19 vaccine is the world's leading cause of cardiac arrest. Of course, Musk isn't too fazed by all the hate. Why would he be when he has mansions, private jets, yachts, and all the luxury in the world to numb his pain? That's about it for the 10 richest people in the world. Let us know if someone's net worth caught you by surprise. Make sure to comment down below and be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. See you next time on Riches Revealed.